Mysterious encounters reported at the same locations for thousands of years. Aliens have been visiting ancient sites like Puma Punku for thousands of years. From local construction sites to the highest mountaintops across the globes, squadrons of UFOs are being reported every day.
There was a squadron of UFOs reported just yesterday at the comic shop in Moscow.
And are some of these otherworldly beings scouring sacred places on Earth?
Many of these sacred places on Earth play host to sacred objects that allegedly descended from the sky.
And could these beings from distant stars be looking for our hot toys to help them power their energy fields on their planets at home? So you do have to wonder, are the waitlisted hot toys in other parts of the universe? There is a doorway that leads to the notion that life here began out there, far across the universe. Join Aries Tarrington as he embarks on a quest to uncover ancient action figures, not only on planet Earth, but in other realities and other Earths across the universe. So, breaking news within this episode of the Aries Tarrington Show, this Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 3 action figure has hit the waitlist. Any other remaining variations of this also have a low stock remaining warning. We're going to dive into the implications of this within the secondary market within this episode for sure. Also, other news on some of the other figures on the waitlist. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And then taking a look here at some market news, you can see with Crosshair really starting to creep up astronomically. You see $770 here from an outstanding seller. You see another auction at $702 there. An incredible amount of bids. What's going on? Is this also having the same effect on some other figures? Even ones that were up for seemingly a long time, like this DX25 Luke Skywalker Bespin. Are we about to get an Artisan version of this figure without even a sculpted option? And I will talk about that within here. But you can see these figures now going for over $400, selling no problem. We're going to dive into that also. What are my thoughts on this Deadpool and Wolverine, this outstanding, so I guess I just let it out of the bag, outstanding Wolverine action figure that was just announced today. We're going to talk about that. And I actually never told you my thoughts on Kit Fisto, and this really also just came out. So we're going to look at Kit Fisto. We're going to look at Wolverine. And I'm going to look at this Wizard Juice right now. See the constellations the way they are, moving so slightly. Those stars in there. Let's drink it up. Look at that alignment. What kind of knowledge did I just suck down? Let's dive into it. Right now. Alright, and welcome everyone to another episode of the Aries Tarrington Show. gosh, this is one a little bit early this week. I just put one out a few days ago, so if you haven't watched that one yet, go ahead and give it a watch. But let's get right into this episode because there is breaking news, and putting that up onto the screen. So, looky here, my friends. This Spider-Man 3, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, it seems like that this was just officially announced yesterday, and I believe it was the fall of last year. But already this is on the wait list, and let's take a look at exactly what is going on here with this figure. So, when you look at, and this is an outstanding head sculpt, and wow, this figure. But when you look at the collector edition, it has hit the wait list. You can see it right here, up on the screen. Let's look at that's the collector edition. Let's now look at the exclusive edition and see what it says. That one is also, wow, okay, on the wait list. I didn't even realize that. So the collector edition is on the wait list. The exclusive edition is on the wait list. Let's look at the deluxe version. Low stock. Remaining warning. You can see right there at $330. And let's look at the deluxe version exclusive. Also a low stock. Remaining warning. Blowing that up for you. You could see that right here. And I think this is very telling because this is just another piece of evidence that really lends to the notion of more and more announcements, but less production of those announcements. And why does this serve really as extra evidence? And I don't think it's just because another figure. Because quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen, this isn't just another figure. This is Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 3 Venomized frickin' Spider-Man. Okay? You would think that you could sell this for forever and a day, to be quite honest with you. Alright, but no matter if it's Spider-Man or if it's the Grand Inquisitor or whether it is Batman or Gore from Love and Thunder, whatever way you rate the popularity of the movie or the character, they're just not staying up very, very long. And even in some cases when it's a very low popularity of a character in some opinions, it could be up even longer than something as epic as this Spider-Man. And it could be because they just didn't sell the allotment that they're hoping to sell at that point. But they are only, very clear to me, the evidence shows that they are only, and whether it's Sideshow's call or Hot Toys call or it's in tandem, they are only manufacturing a certain amount. So you do have to ask yourself, are the days of being able to be on all these channel live streams and debating about the popularity of a movie or the controversy of a movie or the controversy of a character or the desire of the 100 to 200 people watching a live stream if they want something more than the other, is that really anymore the determining factor on if there's going to be a certain amount that is going to become in stock? And I say no. And furthermore, is it also now evidence that shows that you can't even determine anymore or say, hey, they won't come out with a Bail Organa because they won't sell 10,000 Jimmy Smiths. And no crap, they can sell 10,000 really of anything right now. Digest that. Think about that. They can't sell 10, 15, 20, 30,000 of anything right now. I don't care what the character is. And they are coming out with characters that are low tier. Or low popularity. And whether it's a new mold or a new head sculpt or artisan hair or not, they're coming out with limited to 1,500 pieces. 300 pieces, 800 pieces, 500 pieces, 2,000 pieces, 2,500 pieces, 3,000 pieces, 4,000 pieces, 4,500 pieces. These are all very, very limited. And in addition, this is the most exclusives the last couple of years I have ever seen, and certainly backs up the point of more and more announcements, but less production of those announcements, and a plethora on top of that of 2.0s, kit bashes, and all kinds of repaint jobs that have expanded way beyond the whole trooper phenomenon with Hot Toys. Pause. You're watching the Aries Terricted show. Cheers to you, baby. Drink some Constellations down with this fellow ancient action figure theorist. Delicious and scrumptious. But yeah, it's very, very, very interesting indeed that a figure of this magnitude and all of these versions are just going away. And what's happening is, not with every figure by any means whatsoever, but almost every figure is getting that 50 to 100 to 150 uptick range right off the bat. Right off the bat. And it's very different. But not every figure goes as high as Crosshair, but a lot of them are doing what Crosshair is doing. What that 000, 000 droid, whatever you want to call it, is doing. What the Return of the Jedi, not Attack of the Clones, but Return of the Jedi version with Salacious Crumb with C-3PO is doing. Okay? What a lot of these figures are doing is they're becoming super grails. Super grails. Selling more than some of the most precious and coveted 6-scale grails of all time. It is absolute insanity when you go ahead and ask me on, these figures, pulling this up onto the screen. Let's go to just normal versions of Tobey Maguire. And I'm pulling this up onto the screen. And you can see this right here. And just with no problem at all from a U.S. seller. And speaking of Tobey Maguire, this is your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And from an outstanding seller with 104 feedback. All 100% positive. No problem selling it for $375, a regular version, mind you. No problem above retail. No problem at all. And very crazy and interesting, and not including the taxes. So close to $400 basically, for this figure. $400. It's absolutely unbelievable on some of these things. And these aren't even, artisans. These aren't exclusives. These aren't limited runs. It's insane. And then certain figures doing more than others. But you're seeing a gigantic effect with Moon Knight. Moon Knight, Oscar Isaac played that, and that figure was available for some months. But again, what happened with that figure? It hit the waitlist while it was on pre-order, just like this figure you're seeing on the screen. It hit the waitlist while it was on pre-order, just like this figure that is up on the screen. And just like the other figure that I had up on over here, the Spider-Man 3 Spider-Man, also the same exact thing is happening. And I could pull this up onto the screen and look at this here. 13 sold, and the last one left of Padme. And this is an outstanding seller. A lot of people know this seller, Hotheads, with 55,915 feedback. And what happened with Padme? The same thing that's happening with the Spider-Man 3 Spider-Man. She hit waitlist. Actually, with this one, I think she hit waitlist right when she... And that's happening a lot too. Right when the final production photo comes out, boom, it's gone. $350, 13 sold, not even a problem. Well above retail. It's absolutely insane to me with some of these things that are going on, for sure. And when you look at figures like this one right here, and this one's been on Waitlist, this Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Obi-Wan series, whether it's the collector edition or whether it's the special edition, the fact that it's Obi-Wan, the fact that they seemingly made a whole lot less of these than the DX28 and DX27. Look, let's look at the evidence. The DX27 and DX28 was near in the top 5 for how long? For how long? And in the top 10 selling. For how long? And you see how high, whether it's the DX27 going for $400-something, or DX28 sometimes go $500-600 right now. What would this go for? The fact that it's Obi-Wan. And if they actually improve the head sculpt, because for some collectors this was not good enough. So, I'm sure the Hot Toys is working possibly to improve this, but if he winds up coming out where he looks like the actual show, then we've got to wonder, is this going to have an effect like Padme I just showed you? And even furthermore, I think there'd probably be a far less of these than the Padme, who's been up there for a while and was available for a while, and gosh, this went on Waitlist a long, long time ago. In a galaxy far, far away, but it's Obi-Wan Kenobi. It is Obi-Wan Kenobi. So you have to ask yourself, is it possible that this Obi-Wan is going to be one with the market force and possibly get up to where Crosshair is when you take a look at some of these prices? And I say, oh, you bet your arse, it's Obi-Wan. Unless the head sculpt just sucks. Then, it'll still be a lot, but it won't be that much. But if the head sculpt is money, and it's Star Wars, and it's limited, oh boy, baby. Oh boy. Oh boy, I'm just saying. And honestly, because when you look at what a lot of people consider to be a kit bash Obi-Wan, let's try and pull up Obi-Wan Mandalorian Hot Toys, and she'll pull up all those versions. I don't know the TMS by heart right now off the bat, but you're seeing some of these prices. And honestly, this is the same thing. When you're looking on the screen here, people are going nuts over this figure. It's limited to 2,000 pieces. Okay? Limited to 2,000 pieces. And I don't even think... And this is being sold for roughly the same price as the Warner Brothers 100 Wonder Woman was back in the day when it first came out. And that was very close to the quantity here. Wonder Woman, it's an Artisan. It's just that they labeled it Warner Brothers 100. I have the figure. You probably see it a lot of times behind me. Has a beautiful DX type of box. A wonderful insert piece. Mason jar. It's pretty awesome. Packaging's awesome. The figure's awesome. But that one's $1,500. And this one's $2,000. Only 500 more. Some people call this a kit bash. That Wonder Woman, quite frankly, is... You could kind of argue the same thing with it. Minus some accessories. It is an improved head sculpt. But you could argue the same thing in a way. It doesn't matter. The attraction here, the attraction with that Wonder Woman, is the hair. She looks incredible, Gal Gadot. It has some exclusive accessories, a base, and it's limited to 1,500 pieces. What's the attraction here? This is Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's a Jedi from the Clone Wars. A scene where he wore this outfit. It's a Mandalorian outfit. It's a sick-looking outfit. It has a USB lightsaber. You're never going to see this one again. And it's a Star Wars piece limited to 2,000 MIC pieces. So you have to ask yourself, are Star Wars collectors who love limited stuff going to jump all over this? And is this going to stay at like this $500-$600 range? No. Is it possible that this will go up? You know, the Wonder Woman eventually went up to over $1,000. Is this going to be that way? And I say, yes! Let me tell you something. If you could pick this up for $500 right now, I'm telling you it's a deal. Come back and see me in 6 months. Come back next year with the Wonder Woman. And you tell me if this is going to be hundreds below the Wonder Woman, or if it's going to be around 1,000 or over 1,000 like the Wonder Woman. And in my view, from everything that I've seen, this is Obi-Wan, baby, from the Clone Wars, Mandalorian. This is a gem. And not everybody is trying to sell these right now. There are some that are. And once this gets officially distributed by Sideshow, you're going to have it for 2 or 3 months. But once the people who really want this have this in their collection, it's Obi-Wan. The same thing happened with that Wonder Woman. You started to see that Gal Gadot WB100 Artisan Wonder Woman fall less and less and less available. And as it became less and less and less available, it rose higher and higher and higher. And I think the same damn thing is going to happen with this. Pause. You're watching the Aries Tarot Show. Trick it down with me, big babies. Crazy, crazy, crazy. It's insane. So let's go ahead, actually, and before we go ahead and take a look at Kit Fisto, take a look at that Wolverine. Wolverine. I definitely want to go ahead and talk about that. Oh, and here's this Luke Skywalker limited to 3,500 pieces from the Dark Empire. Forget about it. It's Luke. It's, oh man. Oh gosh. Okay, so here's how I want to start this off. Here's your Luke Bespin. DX25. Going for $400. From a pretty good seller. Look at that. Love that name. Fat Farter. I gotta pause and take another drink with that name. Fat Farter. Awesome feedback. And sold this for $400. A DX25. That's that's a far cry than trying to sell this. That's a DX25, but here's a die-cast. Amazing. Mark 85, but $181 for a die-cast. Unreal. Unreal. Or how about Captain Marvel? $91. 44 bids. A lot of people trying to get a deal. I'll only buy it for a deal. I won't spend the $400 for it like the DX25 Luke, but I'll buy this for $91. Otherwise, I don't want her. You have to ask yourself what's going to happen with this. How many copies of each figure with this Marvel 85-year celebration coming out this summer? a lot of different figures. I think what you're going to get here, and I spoke about this in the last show, but just real quick because it leads into my next thing. I think what you're going to get here is an incredible amount of artisans. Are we going to get Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow? I say yes. Are we going to get Gamora? I say yes. Are we going to get Thor Artisan also? I say yes. Could we be getting a Tony Stark now that we've seen the Luke? I say definitely yes, because Iron Man's always been that money, and you're going to have a version with him with pretty poofy hair, and they'll do it. And in case you don't like it, they'll limit it to 300 pieces, and it'll go in 2 seconds. So they'll just put it out. They'll just put it out. You're going to get a bunch of artisans with Marvel. Gosh, you already got the Elizabeth Olsen Scarlet Witch. You already got that. And I think you're going to get a ton of that. And you're going to get a ton of other exclusives, like what we just got, what? That black and gold Iron Man? What, a week ago, week and a half ago, week ago, whenever the heck it was. You're going to get so many of that. But it's going to be very, very low runs to avoid what I was just showing you on the screen. Because it doesn't matter the character. They're never going to go into... they're never going to go into that type of production again. But look at Luke here. So, could they actually just put out a Luke Skywalker, if I could find it again? Well, you know, I had it up on the screen, that Luke. That auction for $400, DX25. Could they just go ahead and do this? Could they just give you an artisan of that? Just give you basically a Bespin Luke and call it artisan. Limited to 3,500 pieces here. And don't even make it battle damage or nothing. Just almost the same figure, but with artisan hair. Maybe a slightly different base to some other things to make it, you know, whatever extra besides, you know, they put the DX on it or slightly different there, but basically the same figure with artisan hair, a couple of different accessories. And I say, easy money. Easy money. I think you're going to have a ton of artisan Lukes. Just like I think you're going to have a ton of artisan Lokis. Okay? I think you're going to get different versions. Don't think that Hot Toys, and I think some of us have this perception because of the price point of these figures. You can see this one right here at $430. I think we're thinking that Hot Toys is just going to come out with one of these and be done, and that's the optimal version, and we'll never do it again. On the contrary, I think they're going to bombard us with $400 and $500 figures of the same character in different versions. Luke in A New Hope. Luke in A New Hope in a Stormtrooper outfit too. Not just Farm Boy. And not just Farm Boy in a Stormtrooper outfit, but in the ceremony outfit. They could give you not just one, not just two, but 3 artisans from the New Hope. They could go to the Empire Strikes Back, baby. And they could give you that DX25 Luke in an artisan version. That's one right there. Then we can go to Dagobah and have a special Dagobah version with Yoda in there and Sweat and whatever the heck else. You can have that version. Gosh, we can certainly go and go to the Snowspeeder, and now you've got a third version from the Empire Strikes Back, you know, the whole Snowspeeder outfit. Then we can go even to the beginning of the Empire Strikes Back. And please, Howard, make this artisan a Hoth Snow Luke and a Tauntaun. Are you kidding me? There's what, 4 or 5 Lukes right there, artisans. And then we could go to the Return of the Jedi. You could go to the Mandalorian. You can go to More Comics, anything you want. They can give you 20 Lukes with Artisans. Don't think that this is the one. Dark Empire. Some people don't even know what this is. It's just... And they don't even need to. It's cool, though, right? He has his dad's outfit on. Don't think it's going to stop. Don't think it's going to stop. So, let's take a look at how many figures have hit the wait list, for Hot Toys that seem like they were up and they're just gone. I mean, I feel like there's nothing really to buy right now except for the stuff that's been in stock that they're trying to sell out of from the past, where, it's just seemingly too much stock. But for a lot of the new things, it's like they're gone already. Like look at my screen here. Purge Troopers sold out. Cad Bane sold out. The Lizard diorama base sold out. Really? Wow. Crazy. The ARF Trooper, that's gone. That's, I guess, been gone. $440. That Black Panther tech, when did that actually? That's gone. Waitlisted. There's a look. They this went on waitlist as Batman Armory Christian Bale. They get another one up there. You can go ahead and pre-order that one. Mighty Thor's gone. It's crazy. Yeah. Wow. No, that Black Panther's gone. That 501st Legion ATRT, 501st Legion Clone Trooper is gone. I didn't even know She-Hulk left. She's gone. That Anakin from the Attack of the Clones, that's gonna go. I think that's gonna go hard. That's gonna push Padme even higher. That when we were talking about her, this particular figure here, honestly, it is, and it's gonna push him even higher. I mean, Bane's gone. That Iron Man Mark 6 2.0 with that awesome rolling eyes function, Tony Stark head sculpt, either version. The 370 or the 660 with that crazy base is gone. Everything's gone. I mean, the Batman's gone. The Batman Cycle's gone. The Batman Bat Signal's gone. The Batman and the Bat Signal's gone. The Batman's gone. Doc Ock is gone. The Green Goblin's gone. President Loki's gone. Loki's gone. Forget about Marty McFly, but he's gone. Too. I mean, Cobb Vanth is gone. The Mando, the Mando Lukes are now gone. That exclusive one, anyway. Gosh, Cobb Vanth. It's crazy. There's your Marek's gone. Moff Gideon's gone from the Mando Season 3. Kaeza's gone. Tony Stark, Mark 7, suit up, or whatever's gone. Of course, the Artisan's gone. Flash is gone. Nebula's gone. Well, all the Guardians of the Galaxies are gone. And another Ben Affleck Batman's gone. That Batman modern suit's gone. It's crazy. Rocket and Cosmo, Groot, Vader 40th? What the heck? Of course, Kang, Daredevil, there's Wasp and Ant-Man. I mean, there's so much stuff that's just gone. They're not making them anymore. And then when you go and you look at what's up here, it looks completely different. How the heck can you tell me, my fellow ancient action figure theorists, going back 3 months ago, could you even imagine having Kit Fisto on here? Having Darth Sidious from Revenge of the Sith, especially with the 20th anniversary next year? Who would have thought that? Who would have thought Kit Fisto? Who would have thought Darth Maul? The 2.0 of it. Obi-Wan with Mando armor? Who would have thought that? Imperial Commando? Another Christian Bale armory? Well, I've been telling you they're going to go out with Christian Bales out the wazoo. There's your other one. I mean, where'd all this stuff come from? And of course, there's your Obi-Wan Clone Wars gone. And more of these exclusives coming out of nowhere. Got your black and gold Iron Man. Who would have thought of Dark Empire Luke? Where the heck did that come from? Your DX-28 gone. Your Mace Windu gone. Your Spider-Man from Spider-Man 3 gone and almost gone, as we were talking about. Your Obi-Wan Kenobi gone. I mean, your Padme gone. Oh, God. The Batman gone. Wow. I mean, the Batman Deluxe gone. The Batman Deluxe version from what, 89 or whatever, the Keaton Batman gone. Why? Gone. Oh, but you can still get the Nightmare Batman and the Dark Suit Superman. How many of those did they make? And Captain Rex. Jeez. Maybe 100,000 they made of those? I don't know. Unbelievable. I mean, so much stuff is just on the wait list. I'd watch out for this Darth Sidious, I'm telling you right now. Oh, it's going to be available. Don't kid yourself. You seen that Clone Wars Obi-Wan, that General Kenobi go? Just saying. Be cautious with this. It's here today, gone tomorrow. Think about On the Run from the Dark Side of the Moon, baby. Here today, gone tomorrow. Wow. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Okay, let's get to this Wolverine. What do I think about this? Well, first of all, as far as any surprise, no. We knew that they were going to come out with Wolverine and Deadpool from the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. And what do I think? Absolutely unbelievable. $340 for deluxe version. The collector version, $280 if you don't want the head sculpt, which I find to be very, very interesting, actually. Because a lot of the deluxes and regular collector editions have featured a head sculpt, and it was missing a base with the deluxe or whatnot. But with this one here, for $280 and not getting Hugh Jackman's head sculpt, I find it interesting. I'm not going to say it's good. I'm not going to say it's bad. I'm going to say it's different. And I think that a lot of collectors were looking for this version of Wolverine in his colors. And I think that this, for a lot of collectors, is very, very important. But I find it interesting that they didn't try to base on you with this. So, $280. I think the suit looks incredible. I think the base is okay. We've had bases like that forever. So I'm not going to jump for joy over it. $280. A masthead with interchangeable lower faces. 3 interchangeable lower faces. Attachable claws. I don't know. It looks good. It's just, it's bugging me for $280 that there's not a head sculpt. I'm just being honest with you. But if you want to get the head sculpt as that comes up, onto the screen, let's take a look at. See, I pressed on that. It came up with Kid Fisto. There we go. Let's look at the deluxe version. It's $340. Let's see what it comes with. Head sculpt looks incredible. Let's see if I can blow it up a little more. Yeah, I mean that's Hugh Jackman from this film, and rolling eyes function, and hair sculpt looks pretty good. Unbelievable, very nice. Let's see everything that it comes with. Let's pull that up and take a look. And separate rolling eyeballs, interchangeable sleeved arms, interchangeable battle damaged armors. Okay, so with the exclusive, they're giving you the head sculpt, which has rolling eyes function, interchangeable sleeved arms, and interchangeable battle damaged armors. Do I think that that's worth the extra money? $280 to $340, $60. Yeah, I do. This is the only version I would want. I'd want Hugh Jackman. $340 for this figure. Prices are just what they are. You know, for this, everything here, I wouldn't care if this was $440 and getting it. But I think $340 is okay. If it didn't come with the interchangeable sleeved arms or the interchangeable battle damaged armors, am I okay with $340 for this? I don't know. I mean, are those claws die cast? Anyway, it's interesting how they position this. In this day and age, I thought anyway, for this particular figure. As far as the head sculpt, he looks great. Figure looks fantastic. I want this one. I'm getting this. Just to have Wolverine. Let's go to Kit Fisto. $275 for a Jedi. Alien look. I think he looks fantastic. All day long, baby. All day long. Detailed recreation of the tentacle tresses. LED lightsaber powered light up. Bonus armor from Star Wars, the Clone Wars animated series. So that's going to be huge as well. For a lot of the Clone Wars figures that are out there right now. Yeah. I mean, it's Kit Fisto. It's Jedi. Let's look a little bit more in some of these pictures. I guess he doesn't need rolling eyes function, does he? Huh? Detailed recreation of the tentacles. No rolling eyes, but his eyes are so darn bug big. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I'm going to get Kit Fisto. Come on, that looks sick. Anyway, that's what's going on. Oh. So, I'm sure you want some news on Artisan, Kylo Ren. Then pause, drinks down some more constellations. Alright, well, listen. Let's just be honest. And let's talk about this. As I pull this up onto the screen. You can see right above my picture here. This is a no-brainer. Any of the characters in Star Wars that has elaborate hair are definitely no-brainers. Now that we have Luke with shorter hair, it's opening up to almost everyone except Boba Fett. But when you look at the original trilogy, the sequel trilogy, and the prequel trilogy, you know, you've got Chewbacca, you've got Leia, you've got Han, for instance. So at least those right there. When you go into the prequels, my goodness gracious. And you got Lando. Right? And when you go to the prequels, you've got, I don't even have to say Padme. I mean, that's pretty obvious. You've got Obi-Wan Kenobi from, especially the second one. They've already done Anakin. So that's there. So definitely those. When you go into the sequels, Kylo Ren has Artisan all over it. So does Rey, Daisy Ridley. They can easily go ahead and do those, for sure. There's just so much you can do in Star Wars. We've talked about that. We talked about Luke from A New Hope earlier. But God, we can go on and on. But as far as being able to reuse a license for Adam Driver to capitalize on these lower numbers, these and more announcements, that's just money written all over it. His hair is literally fantastic for this. They showed a lot of Kylo Ren during the Power of the Dark Side convention they had there through June, or whatever that was, that exhibit, that display. So I think that's going to continue all year, and putting out characters like that all year is going to happen. And I do think you're going to get a shocker. Kylo Ren. And if they come out with a Kylo Ren Artisan, they're sure as heck going to give you a matching Daisy Ridley to go with him. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. And if they give you a Chewbacca Artisan, they're going to give you a Han Artisan. And if they give you a Han Artisan, they're going to give you a Chewbacca Artisan to pair along with him as well. And even though not really a pair, but certainly twins, when you look at Luke coming out with an Artisan version, I think Leia's an absolute no-brainer with all of her hair in so many different variations. No-brainer at all, for sure. And forget about her mom and Luke's mom, Padme, Queen Amidala. We may get more versions of her than we have of Loki, to be quite honest with you. And listen, baby, if you like what you watched here today, I appreciate your support if you want to join the channel. I do put a lot of effort into a lot of this stuff. I put in a lot of research, a lot of time into the intros, so every little bit helps. And this is a new show that's coming out from the crypt. You see that Kit Fisto right there. But look at the headline under my video. Will others also rise? And I say yes. Tune into this episode to find out why. All you have to do is just click the little join button. See everything that it comes with. I haven't raised the prices. It's just the same price. I do appreciate your support, baby. If you want to become a Cantina Insider, a channel member, from one ancient action figure theorist to the next, I do appreciate your support, baby, for sure. All right. Get an extra Aries Tarrington show this week. Oh, I'm going live next week. I'm going live. Stay tuned. I'm going live next week at night. Details to be coming. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet, so you can get the notification when I'm going live. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. I got the links to those. It's free within the video description. You can find out all about it there on when I'm going to go live. But I am going live next week for sure. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to go live Tuesday night, just like I did a few weeks ago. A lot of you enjoyed that. And I'm going to take some time with the Aries Tarrington show to bring this live. So tentatively book it for next week on Tuesday. I will go live next week. More details to come. Follow me on the channel. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. Comment on this video. Keep spilling your coffee. Let's drink more constellations. And remember, I don't always drink these constellations and spill all this coffee. Oh, don't worry, it's here, baby. It's right here. There's the 13th skull. But when I do all this, I do it right here at the 6th scale cantina. Stay thirsty, my friends.